I just love those colors. Makes me feel happy. So if you are ready to go, let's learn more about your product, ClickDimensions. Take it away.
All right, Kim, thank you so much for taking the time to invite me today here. I know I've worked with InterDyn BMI here for the past few years. You guys are a great Microsoft partner, so I'm excited to be able to talk about email and marketing automation here today. So just to give you guys here just a little bit of background here with ClickDimensions, we're actually the only email and marketing automation provider here that's truly going to be native into your CRM. So if you look here, you know, this is going to be a typical scenario for marketers today here. So right now you probably are doing a little email marketing. You have surveys in one place, web forms in another, you know, some of your social discovery or website analytics. And there are all these different kinds of tools where you have to log in. They're not syncing. There's a lot of importing and exporting. And the beauty with ClickDimensions is we're actually the only email and marketing automation provider here that is truly going to be native right into your Dynamics 365 and Dynamics CRM. So you don't have to worry about any importing or exporting of any information. You don't have to worry about syncing issues. Everything, all the functions and features I'm going to show you are truly native into the CRM. And then also the reporting, that's going to be native into your CRM as well, so you can be able to do a little bit of better reporting and analysis. So getting right into it here, you know, this really shows here as far as all the different functions and features here of the ClickDimensions solution. Now, obviously, email marketing, that's kind of the bread and butter of everything. Now, with our web intelligence here, a lot of people utilize Google Analytics, and you still can keep using that, but I'm actually going to show you how we do really take the web intelligence to the next level. Now, we can also do custom lead scoring, so you can better be able to measure here if, you know, a lead is maybe a little more warmer that you should be able to attract here and be able to target today versus one that may need a little bit more nurturing. Now, what's great here about this campaign automation tool is a lot of the emails you probably send out today here and you do those manual follow-ups. With this campaign automation tool, what's great about that is that can really streamline a lot of your marketing efforts by being able to automate those messages here today. Now, to let you know, we also do SMS text messaging here, so we do have integrations with that. We do custom forms, surveys, landing pages, a little bit in social discovery, and also event management integration tools as well. So getting right into it and kind of kicking things off here, these are the 4 different types of email editors that we do have. Now, our 2 most popular here is the drag and drop and the Freestyle Editor. And I'm going to go through those with you right here in the live environment. Now, just to let you know here, we also do have custom HTML. So if someone on your team here, let's say they love to work exclusively with HTML, let's say in Dreamweaver, by all means they could certainly do that, pop it into our system, and it'll email out rendered as coded. Now, this inbox cast, this is also great too, because what that does is it's essentially a regular looking Outlook email. But you could be sending it to a marketing list of thousands, but you could still have that personalized look to it and still have all the tracking capabilities with it. So getting right here into the actual live environment here. Now, just to let you know here, again, the beauty with ClickDimensions is since we're truly native into the CRM, all this information here, I mean, all the functions and features that I showed you, they're going to be right into your CRM and also the reporting here. So you know how, and just to let you know here, I'm going to be demoing out of our 2016 environment, but to let you know, if you have, you know, 2011, 2013, another version of Dynamics CRM, this works as well. And whether it's on-premise or online, we have the options to be able to plug this into your Dynamics CRM solution. Now, you know how right now you have the sales tabs, you have your marketing tab, and in your marketing tab, that's where you have your marketing list, your leads, your dashboards. Everything in green here, that is the ClickDimensions solution. So it literally sits right, the solution sits right into your CRM. So to get started off here, what we're going to do here is click on Email Templates. Now, the first one I'm going to show you here is the drag and drop editor here. Now the drag and drop, that's by far the most popular one, and that's my personal favorite. You know, for someone like me that does not have really any design experience, you could still create a nice professional looking email here, choosing these different layouts. But we also find a lot of our tech-savvy marketers like it as well, because you could still make modifications to these layouts. Now, to do this here, it's very easy to do. You just select an image. You can easily upload an image into our image manager. You can also section it off here by folders to better organize the images. And then you can also do Photoshop features in here. So if I click on this, I can be able to do, I can create an Instagram effect, change the filter on it if I want. I can crop it, resize it, put text on it. So I do have Photoshop functionality here right within this editor. Now another thing I can also do here is link it to something. And I could do this with text or an image. So let's say with the image, I want to link it, I can choose to link it to a website link, an email, click to phone if they're using a mobile device. You know, I can even do a subscription management page or even embed as far as a survey or a landing page. Now, what's great here again with ClickDimensions is since we're native into the CRM, you can really personalize this message however you see fit. So let's say I want to send out an email to all of my existing clients and I want to address them all by their first name. All you're going to have to do here is click on this person icon, and any information in the owner, lead, contact, or account records, and then all the fields within those records are available. So you can really personalize this message how you see fit. Now, like I mentioned before, you can also do modifications to these layouts. So if you wanted to, you could certainly add text boxes, you know, you could take them away, you can put in a sleek looking divider, you can put in your social sharing links. And then also here, you know, for your marketing departments that are very image conscious, you want a consistent look and feel for your complement your other marketing efforts. By all means here, if you have a specific color code that you guys love to work with here, pop that color code in here and it's going to give you the exact color code specifications and match and complement your other marketing efforts. Now another thing here is we can click on inbox preview. Now what that inbox preview does here is we're able to see what this email is going to look like in these different email editors. So you're going to be able to see what it's going to look like if someone's viewing it from their Apple Mail, their Outlook, their Droid, their iPad, their iPhone. So you can get a better picture of what it's going to look like to them. And then just to show you here, this is our mobile preview button. So as you can see here, regardless if someone's going to use it on their desktop or if someone's going to view it from their mobile device, it is mobile responsive, so it's going to be a great user experience. All right, going on here, the next one I'm going to show you here is our Freestyle Editor. Now what's great here with our Freestyle Editor is this is more of a traditional type of a designer. So this is more of a what you see is what you get. And you could completely start from scratch if you want to with a blank slate. Or if there are specific HTML to email templates that you love to work with, by all means, upload those HTML templates into this layout manager to use them. Or just to let you know here, when you do become a subscriber of ClickDimensions, we're going to provide you some templates here right out of the box for you to be able to use. And then to do this here, just like the drag and drop, it's very user friendly. You easily just upload a picture here into the image manager. And then just like before here, what we did with the image, if you want to highlight and link text to a certain action, you can certainly do that here. You can even do a file if you want to, or even as far as web content or the website or email. And then just like before with the drag and drop, if you want to, you can also personalize this message as well. Now the great part about the Freestyle Editor though is if you do like to work a little bit in HTML, you can certainly have access to the HTML source code in this. And you can even go back and forth if you want to. Now what's great here with these email templates and even our web forms is, let's say there's a certain specific one that you love working with and you want to use it for something else, but you want to make a few tweaks to it. You're not going to have to start from scratch. All you have to do here is click this clone button, and you'll be able to save it here as something else. So when you could save it here as something else here, and then when you click the save button, you'll be able to use it for a different marketing activity here. So you don't have to worry about always starting from scratch if you don't want to. All right, now that I spent a little bit of time here on the actual email designers, I'm going to spend a little bit of time right now actually going through the email statistics of an email. So as far as the email that we're going to look at here, we're going to look at actually a bulk email that we sent out, one of our August newsletters. So when you send out a bulk email here to a marketing list, it's very user-friendly to do. All you do is put in the subject line, you attach an email template, and then what we also did here is we attached our August newsletter email to our monthly newsletter campaign dashboard. And I'm going to show you our reporting capabilities a little bit later on in this call. Now you can choose to send this out from the record owner or a certain individual in the organization. You can choose to send it immediately or at a certain date and time. And the beauty with ClickDimensions, since we're native again right into the CRM here, attaching a marketing list is very easy. No longer do you have to export your marketing list to send something out or import anything back in. Since it's all native into the CRM, all you're going to do here is click this search button, and any marketing list that's in your CRM, you're just going to attach which ones you want to send to, and they'll show up right here. So now scrolling down here, I'm going to be able to see the HTML version of the newsletter. I can see the text version of the newsletter. And then these are the overall stats. So for instance here, this August newsletter that I sent out to everyone, we sent this out to a marketing list of over 23,000 individuals, but we excluded over 5,400 of those. Now there's a couple reasons why we did that. Either one, it was a bad email address, so we took it out of the equation, or two, they decided to unsubscribe to our newsletter. Now, if you guys want to know who was excluded and why they were excluded, all you're going to have to do here is click on this Excluded Emails tab, and that's going to provide you all that information. So truly then, all of these interaction, bounce, unsubscribe, open, click rates, these are actually based off of the true number of messages that were sent out. Now, if I scroll down a little bit here, as you saw in the drag and drop when I put in those social sharing links, if you do that in an email, you'll be able to easily see if someone shared that message on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Google+. And since we're native into the CRM, you're actually going to be able to see the name of the individual that took that specific action. Now, just to let you know here also, you can do an A/B split test here before you send out the actual newsletter. So putting together an A/B split test is really great because you can play around with the different template or a different subject line to really see what's going to be open most and what's going to be most popular. So in this example, what we did here for our A/B split testing was on the left-hand side, for the strategy A, that's the email that you already put together here with the template. For the strategy B side, for the alternative, you can either change the subject line, who it's from, or the template, or a combination of all three here. Now, when you do that here, what you're going to be able to do here is determine the test market size. So for instance, for this August newsletter that we sent out, we decided to do a test market where 10% got version A, 10% of the marketing list got version B, and then you can choose between either unique opens or unique clicks, and even the duration of time, whether it be days, weeks, hours, to be able to choose how long you want the test to go on for. And then whatever the winning version is, the remaining part of the marketing list would get that winning version here. Now, another great thing here is after you send out the email is if you want a little more analysis on who's doing the clicking and whatnot, all you have to do here is click on this heat map. And what this heat map is going to show you by percentage is what were the most popular links that were clicked on. So what's great here about this from a marketing standpoint is I can be able to see what were the most attention-grabbing headlines, what are people most interested in. Now, don't get me wrong, percentages, these are definitely nice to be able to look at, but they don't tell the whole story. So if you want more specifics on who's actually doing the clicking, all you're going to have to do here is click here, go to run a report, and all of those links that you saw here, those percentages that you saw here, are going to be compiled in this report. So for instance, for this first link right here, I saw that 82 individuals clicked on this link 95 times. Now if I want to get more specifics on this, I'm actually going to click on this link, and all of a sudden I'm actually going to be able to see the names of the individuals that clicked on the specific link. And this really is the beauty here with ClickDimensions. Any email that's clicked on, website that's visited, form filled out, survey completed, all this information is going to be queryable for your sales and marketing efforts. So you could say, hey, pull me a list of everyone that clicked on this specific link so I could send them out a follow-up email. Or, pull me a list of all my, contacts that are identified that went to a website here in the last 2 weeks. So I can create a task and follow up with them personally. Now, let's say I want to learn a little bit more about this Tracy that clicked on this link. All I'm going to have to do is click on her name, and that's actually going to take me here to Tracy's personal contact record. So now that I'm at her contact record, and just to let you know how we do this, we put a tracking script on the footer of your guys' website, and it is cookie-based tracking. And from here, I'm able to see any emails we've ever sent Tracy, how many times she's opened them, how many times she's clicked inside them. We also do lead scoring, so you can better measure their level of engagement with you based on emails that have been sent, forms filled out, or even website visits. Now, another thing I can also be able to look at is the website visits that she's been to. I can see any pages that she's been on, how long she was on each page, and it really does a great job of making a continuous log with this. So you could be able to even see how long she's been interested in you guys. Now, another thing I can also do is be able to see here any forms that she's ever posted that have been filled out through ClickDimensions. So I can have access to this information at any time as well. Now, there's definitely going to be a time in a situation where we just saw how to send a bulk email, but there's going to be times where you want to be able to send just a one-off email but still have it tracked. So what you can do here is I'm on Trace. If I want to send Tracy an email, I'm on her contact record right now. I'm just going to click here, click on the quick send button, and then in this email template area, any email templates that you want to show up here, when you're making the email templates, mark them as quick send, and they'll show up right here then. Now I'm looking at this here. If I click on one, I can easily modify the subject line if I want to, if it's from the record owner or someone else. Now if I wanted to, I could easily open up the email editor and make changes to it if I like. But if it's good to go, I can just click the send button right here, and then all that email statistics then from that email, from when it's delivered to when she picked it up and opened it, is going to be right here. All right, now for everyone that's in the B2B sector here, one great thing also with ClickDimensions is we actually aggregate IP addresses. So if I click on this, I can also see if there's anyone else in Tracy's same IP organization that's also checking us out. All right, so now that I showed you as far as the contact record and everything you could see there as far as the statistics of an individual and as far as the one-off email, I'm going to show you here actually how we can do a campaign automation here to maybe automate some of those messages that you're manually sending out here today. So going here I'm going to click on our campaign automation tool. And what's really great here with our campaign automation tool is it really does have a very Visio look and feel to it, and it really deploys a lot of drag and drop functionality and ease of use. So when we do this here, for instance, this is a campaign automation tool. What we did here in this example is we sent out a series of emails to a marketing list, but we also manually gave sales the option to manually add people to this automation as well. Now in this example, what we did was we sent out a series of 4 different emails, and we put a wait timer of 1 week in between each email. So you could see an email was sent out, 1 week waited, and then the next email was automatically sent out, and so on and so forth. Now you could really customize this however you see fit. So let's say you put up an automation here, and if they click on this first email, you could add them to a marketing list. Or you could create a task and notify a user here maybe to follow up with them personally, or even assign them to a specific user if you want. Now what's great here is with this campaign automation tool is it's very user friendly to be able to put together here. So I just merely click on an email. You can upload an email template you already made, put in the subject line, if it's from the record owner or a specific individual. And then even the wait time, you can choose the time and duration in between the next action. Now, what's great with this campaign automation tool is you can also route people on different paths of communication based on their interaction with you. So let's say, for instance, anyone that did click on one of these emails, all of a sudden a route was put in place where they went down this path, where a task was created and a user was notified here to follow up with them personally. Alternatively, what happened here is anyone that didn't click on one of these emails and they didn't open any of them, what we did was we sent them down this path where we set out a few follow-up more emails just to kind of try to grab their attention. All right. Now, going on here from the campaign automation, what I'm going to show you now here is how you can actually be able to make web forms easily with ClickDimensions. So just to show you how our web forms work, I'm actually going to go to our website right now. All right, so now I'm on our website right here, and I'm just going to click here, a live demo request. So just to let you know here, as far as with the ClickDimensions forms, you can easily be able to embed it with a widget, an iframe, or even a direct link. So whatever is going to work best for your webmaster. Now, when we do this here, and I click the submit button, a couple things happen here behind the scenes. Now, just to let you know here, this form that I showed you that we filled out, this was actually embedded as an iframe. Now, what happened here is the beauty of ClickDimensions, since we are native right into the CRM, everything happens in real time. So if I click here, I'm going to go to posted forms. You're going to be able to see my demo request is right here. Now, what's so great about that is I can click on this demo request, so it's automatically right now written right into the CRM. So every form field that I filled out is going to be right here. Every answer, every question. But then what's also great about this is if I click on my name, this is also going to be here in my posted forms as well. So any form that I've ever done, I can click on this straight up from the contact record and to be able to see this information here with this. Now, another thing here which you can also do is I got in behind the scenes here, I got a couple emails into my inbox here for filling out that form. The first email I got was an autoresponder. You know, it says, hey, thanks so much for filling out the information on our website. Here's a few links, we'll get back to you shortly. So that's what I got as a person actually filling out the form, an autoresponder. What I got as an internal sales rep here is this form right into my inbox. So everything you could see was filled out in here that was on the form. But what's great with the ClickDimensions forms is we take it one step further. So if I hover over this right now, my name, that's actually a hyperlink. So if I click on that, all of a sudden, that is actually taking me then to that person's contact record here. So let's say I've never worked with this person, or the name doesn't sound familiar. I can be able to see, oh, has any emails ever been sent to her? You know, have we ever looked at any website pages? All that information is going to be right there. Now, I'm sure you're asking yourselves, well, if someone's brand new into our CRM, if they've never been in there, how does it get written into there? And I'm going to show you that here right now. So I'm just going to click here for the web forms. I'm going to go to web content. Now, to let you know here, when we fill out a form here, it's very easy to be able to do here. So when we're building out one of our ClickDimensions web forms, when you're setting it up, you can choose to bring in a new visitor as either a lead or as a contact into your CRM, whatever works best. And just to let you know, the key identifier is going to be email address. So let's say someone fills this out and they use the email address here that's already into your CRM, then that form is just going to post right to that person's individual contact record. Whereas if someone has submits a form with an email address that's not in your CRM, then that's where it'll be either created in as a lead or a contact, whatever you choose. Now, to be able to design this form is very user-friendly. You just click on this design tool right here. And you're really going to be able to see here with this that it really has a lot of good drag and drop functionality around it here. So you create on the right-hand side here a new field, whether it be checkbox, text, link, drop-down, calendar, and then you literally drag it in and you can drop it over. Now, just to let you know here also, you can do HTML to be able to put in your own branding and whatnot. So if I do this here, I put in the ClickDimensions logo. And then these are the actions that happen behind the scenes that you can have set up. So for instance, just like the web build on the ClickDimensions site, you can choose for a team to be notified, an autoresponder being sent out to the individual that filled it out. You can also add them to a marketing list if you'd like to. You can have as far as a task created for a follow-up. So you can be able to incorporate these automatically once a person has submitted the form. Now, to embed this, it's going to be very easy to do. You just click the embed button here. Oops, first I have to save it here. Now, after it gets done saving here, if you click on the embed button, you're going to be able to easily embed this as a widget, an iframe, or even a direct link. It's just a matter of copy and pasting the script. And then to preview this, it's very easy to be able to do here. You're going to be able to see that regardless if someone views it here from their desktop or even from their iPhone, it's going to be a great user experience. And just to let you know here, it's something that's not recommended, it's not required, but I always recommend it. Put caption here so you know it's an actual person filling this out and not a robot. All right, now that I've shown you as far as the standard kind of a web form, I also do want to show you as far as the surveys that we do as well. So now with the surveys that we do, what's great about those is that there's a variety of different options you can do with this. Now with the surveys, you can incorporate multiple page surveys. You can incorporate skip logic if you want to. So if a certain question is answered a certain way, you can skip them down to another level of questioning. And to do this, you're going to see it has a very similar look and feel to the regular web forms. So if I click here on new question, I could create any kind of new question and I'll retain it in this library here. So I can do either button, text, star rating, checkbox, drop down, free text. And then once I have a question here put in place, I drag it in and I can drop it over. And then just like the web forms I showed you here, the actions going on behind the scenes, you can be able to incorporate just like we did before here. So if you wanted to, you could definitely add them to a marketing list if you like, do a follow-up here, an autoresponder, notify a certain team that the survey has been submitted. And what's great about with ClickDimensions, again, since we're native right into the CRM, you can even create CRM workflows based on the responses. So let's say, for instance, you said on one of your survey questions, hey, can you rate us 1 to 10? Let's say they gave you a rating of 4 or below. You can have a workflow set in, a CRM workflow set in place that if they give you a rating of 4 or below, you can have a workflow set where that notifies someone on your team to follow up with that individual personally. Or let's say they give you a 9 or a 10 rating. Well, you can have a CRM workflow set in place that automatically sends that individual an email saying, hey, thanks so much for filling out our survey. Thanks so much for giving us a great rating. Can you please go on these sites and write a review for us? So that's just a great way to incorporate the information and continue the marketing process with it. Now to easily embed it, you just click on the embed button, just like with the web forms here. And then this is the preview button as well. All right, now going on to the actual website analytics here. What we're going to be able to do here is I'm going to go on to visits. And when I'm at the visits here, I can be able to see here all the individuals that are on our website here right now. Now, if someone's already identified in the contact or lead area, that means they've already been identified here through ClickDimensions. And you're identified through ClickDimensions with one of 3 ways. Either you fill out a form or a survey through ClickDimensions, or you click on an email that was sent through ClickDimensions. Now, I already showed you in Tracy's personal contact record how we're able to track all that information and be able to see that. But what's great with ClickDimensions is we're also consistently and constantly measuring and monitoring as far as the anonymous visitors. And I'm going to show you why that's important. So I'm going to click here on this Anonymous Visitors tab. And you'll see here all of these are on our website right now, but we're making a constant log each and every time these individuals come back to us here. So we're consistently making a log every single time this person comes back, even though they've never been properly identified with us yet. Now, if I click on one here, what I'm going to be able to do here is go to page views, and I'm going to be able to see day after day, page after page, month after month, every time this individual here is on our website, I'm able to see all this information. Now, when the time does come, when this individual here, either one, fills out a form or a survey with ClickDimensions, or clicks on an email through ClickDimensions and they do become identified, then all this information from when they were an anonymous visitor will then go and be tied then to their new contact record. So the beauty here with ClickDimensions is literally from the beginning of when someone starts going onto your website and they start clicking around to when they do actually become an identified user, you're going to have all this web browser history to be able to look back on, to be able to show how long they've been interested in you, what websites have they been focusing on, to really get a better picture of everything. All right, now that we talked here a little bit about the website analytics here, I do want to let you know here about our great web integrations that we have here as far as with our event management integration tools. So if I click here on the ClickDimensions settings, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to be able to see here that for our in-person events, we have event integrations with Eventbrite and with Cvent. For our online events, we have GoToWebinar and WebEx. And then for our websites, for our text messaging here, it's Twilio, Bulk SMS, and MessageNet. Now let's say you already have a GoToWebinar account. All you have to do here is click on this GoToWebinar, go through the steps here, put in your login credentials for GoToWebinar one time, and then all that information from your GoToWebinar will flow into your CRM here through ClickDimensions. And what's great with having that information here is if I went to events, all of your events are going to be logged here then with one of those integrators. So for instance here with our GoToWebinars, I'm just going to click on this. And then I can be able to see all the general information here. So for instance, how many attended, how long they were in session for, all that in general information. But what's great with ClickDimensions is having this information into CRM is I'm also able to see the event participants. So for instance here, if this, this already came here, so I'm able to see anyone that missed, anyone that attended the meeting, how long they were in attendance for. So all this information I can put together here for my marketing efforts as well. So I can say, hey, pull me a list of everyone that missed this webinar, and send them out an email here saying, hey, sorry we missed you. Here's our next webinar, hope you can make it. Alternatively, anyone that did attend, I can automatically send them out an email saying, hey, thanks so much for attending our webinar, hope you enjoyed it. Here's our survey, let us know what you think. So that's another great way to continue the conversation even after they went to one of your events. Now, to let you know here as well is all this information that I've shown you here, as far as with web clicks, as far as with surveys or forms filled out, all the analytics, all this information you can put into CRM dashboards for greater reporting and analysis. So for instance here, if you remember earlier, on that newsletter that we sent out to everyone in August, we attached it to an actual newsletter campaign. So just to show you as far as some of the dashboards we created that was most important to us, we wanted to be able to measure our newsletters month over month, year over year. So we put together that information we got here using ClickDimensions, and we were able to better measure, the opt-ins, the unsubscribes, the social sharing information, the top links people were clicking on. And even with the website analytics, what's great with that is if I click here on visits, we can actually create dashboards, for your sales reps. So, if someone's a record owner, you can be able to see, you can be able to put in there as far as, dashboards so people can look and see if their existing contacts are on the website. You can be able to create dashboards with all of your different, social activity to be able to better measure that. So all this information you can put in here, you can really make the dashboards on the marketing information that you want to be able to measure here the most with this. Now, one final thing I did want to also show you here is the lead scoring that we're able to do here. So now with the lead scoring, what's great with that, I'm going to go into the ClickDimensions settings. There's a couple different ways we can do lead scoring. First off, if you want to, we can measure it here by the website analytics. So if you want to, you can go here on this tracking script, and this is the tracking script that you guys put on the foot of your guys' website here. But you can choose to have every page or even just certain specific pages on your website. You can tie that here to a point value. So if there's certain pages on your website that are a little more of a hot button than others, you can put different point values or just specify certain point values on certain pages to better measure people's level of engagement with you. Alternatively, what you could also do here is click on the score settings, and whether it's on website visits, pages viewed, forms that's been submitted or emails that clicked, you can be able to change the point values in the score settings tool as well. All right, now that I've shown you as far as all this information here, I'm going to show you here the resources that are available here when you do become a subscriber of ClickDimensions. Because I do realize that there's a lot of information to be able to learn, and we do take our training very seriously. So when you do become a subscriber here of ClickDimensions, For anyone on your team that's going to be utilizing ClickDimensions, what you'll want to do here is go to our live and sign up for our live trainings. Now, these are live instructor-led trainings that are held multiple times during the week online. Now, they really take a deep dive on every single function and feature of the ClickDimensions solution in a live instructor-led setting online. Now, if you can't make these certain dates and times that those classes are offered here with the instructor, don't even worry about it, because our instructors always do record them so you can view them on demand on your own time. Now, after you're done as far as the ClickDimensions Academy training, this help.clickdimensions.com is going to be a great resource for you guys to be able to utilize here. So with this, you're going to be able to see here every function and feature here with ClickDimensions, and you can be able to see step by step how to do certain things. So for instance here on forms, let's say you want to create individual form fields. I'm just going to click on this. Now if I wanted to, I could watch a short little video on it. But what I can also do here is be able to see step by step how to be able to do this. So step 1, step 2, step 3, and so on. And they really do take a step-by-step approach on the different functions and features here at ClickDimensions. Now, we also do have a great community forum where you can do question and answers here. You can see the questions that other clients are asking for ClickDimensions and whatnot. Now, what we can also do here is if you're stuck on a certain step here, click on the support tool. So our support is available 24/7 here, and if you're stuck on a certain step, all you have to do here is click Submit a Request, put in this information, and one of our support professionals will be able to follow up with you on this. All right, and then what I'd like to do here right now is if anyone does have any questions or anything like that, I'd like to get the question and answer period started. And keep in mind, if you are interested in learning more about this, and if you do want to have a demo that's more tailored to your guys' individual business needs, here's my contact information, so feel free to reach out to me so we can take the discussion further.
Sounds great. We look forward to that as well with you, Stacy. And again, as we work with ClickDimensions, we'll work together. We're users of it, as I mentioned earlier, and so we'll work with Stacy to make sure that we can drill down on what your needs are to make sure we've got a perfect fit. Right now, there are no questions in the queue, so on the right-hand side, team, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask Stacy, please type those in. So, Stacy, I always look at ClickDimensions is very popular, especially in the Dynamics marketplace. In steps in moving forward, typically it would be where they would have a personalized demonstration and then having a quote to understand the investment. So just ballpark-wise, what is a typical investment for your software and services to bring this into CRM?
Yep, that's a great question. What's unique here with ClickDimensions is we're actually not, we don't price per user. So you can have as many users have access to the ClickDimensions solution as you want to. And all of our packages do include unlimited support, as well as the training that I went over here as well. Now, just to keep in mind here, if you go here to the ClickDimensions site here, you can always view our updated pricing right here on this pricing tab. And this is going to be able to show you. Now, what's great here with ClickDimensions is all those features I showed you here, from the standard level on up, all the functions and features that I showed you here today are included with the ClickDimensions solution for each package. The only caveat to that is our base model. That's the only one that doesn't include, you know, the campaign automation, the surveys, the landing pages, the event management. But otherwise, every package on up does include all the functions and features here. So really, all these prices are truly all-inclusive pricing because they do include the training that I went over, as well as the plugin into your CRM. We truly base just on emails sent out here per year.
Excellent. Well, that
Yes.
is, I wish Microsoft would take your guys' direction on that. That makes it simple, doesn't it?
You know, we really try to keep the guesswork out of it for people, but also we want to make sure that people, we don't like to a la carte because we like to be people to be able to have access to all the functions and features here.
Yep. So let's say that I start off with a standard package because that's what I'm doing today, and then we increase our needs. Upgradeability, is it just simply a matter of contracting to the enterprise version? How does that work?
Yep, great question here, Kim. With how we're able to do this here is, let's say you're at the standard level for the 240,000 emails here per year, and let's say, you know, month 6 rolls around and you're already at 200,000 and you want to, you can, within your subscription year, you can certainly upgrade, you know, to the next package here at any time here to be able to upgrade to this, and then you would just pay the difference on the 2 different levels here.
And so that I'm clear, can you explain when you say 2,400 emails per year, explain what does that mean exactly?
Okay, yep, and it's 240,000 emails here per year. And with those 240,000 email sends per year, that's a combination of, you know, if people send out to a marketing list. So let's say you send out a newsletter, for instance, to a marketing list of 5,000 people. That'll count for 5,000 emails that were sent. You know, even let's say, for instance, also in the campaign automation, let's say you send an individual out a series of 4 emails. Well, that'll count as 4 emails that were sent.
Sounds good. Very good.
Yep. Yep.
Excellent.
And we only count as far as the emails that were sent out via ClickDimensions. So your regular Outlook emails or anything like that, that doesn't count. It's the ones sent via ClickDimensions.
All right. Well, thank you, Stacy. Great job. That was very educational and covered a lot of area.